What if your plane touched down on the wrong runway, at the wrong airport, in the wrong city? It sounds unbelievable, but it happens more often than you would think. From misread instruments to eerie late-night landings on deserted strips. These stories are not just shocking, they could happen again. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will question everything you thought you knew about air travel. The shocking reality. You might assume landing at the wrong airport is nearly impossible in today's high-tech aviation world, but over 150 documented cases say otherwise. In 2014, a Boeing 737 meant to land at Branson Airport in Missouri instead touched down at a much smaller field just 7 miles away, with only half the runway length needed. Miraculously, no one was hurt, but it was a close call. How does this even happen? So how can highly trained pilots, armed with advanced GPS and cockpit technology, make such massive errors? Human error, fatigue, stress, or even visual illusions can cause pilots to confuse two nearby airports, especially when they look similar from the air. Navigation failures, GPS outages, or incorrect waypoint entries can lead to course deviations. Poor communication, miscommunication with air traffic control, or unclear runway instructions can misguide even veteran pilots. Weather, low visibility, and intense winds can force split-second decisions with lasting consequences. And it is not just about missing a landing. Some wrong airports lack proper runway length, lighting, or even emergency services. Real incidents you won't believe. Incident 1. The B737 at Jabara Airport. A Southwest Airlines pilot in 2014 landed at Jabara Airport instead of his intended destination, Branson. The problem? Jabara's runway was half the required length. The pilot only realized the error after touchdown. Incident 2. The U.S. Air Force at a civilian airstrip. In 2006, a military C-17 landed at Peter O. Knight Airport in Tampa, mistaking it for MacDill Air Force Base. It barely stopped before plunging into the bay. Incident 3. The Boeing Dreamlifter mix-up. In 2013, a massive Dreamlifter cargo jet mistakenly landed at Colonel James Jabara Airport. The jet, nearly the size of a football field, had no room to turn. It had to take off again with only inches of margin. These incidents are not just scary, they are costly. Aircraft damage, rerouted passengers, regulatory investigations, and reputational damage can rack up millions in losses. The science behind it. Why do so many of these mistakes happen within a few miles of the intended airport? Runway alignment confusion. Airports built close together often have similarly aligned runways. Cognitive bias. Pilots see what they expect to see, especially during visual approaches. Tech limitations. Not all navigation systems can differentiate closely located runways unless configured precisely. This is a psychological and technological puzzle, one the aviation industry is working to solve. What's being done about it? To tackle the issue, aviation authorities and airlines are upgrading cockpit systems with visual and audio alerts when approaching the wrong runway, implementing stricter protocols during descent and approach, requiring real-time GPS monitoring during final approach in many airliners, enhancing simulator training with wrong airport scenarios to improve pilot response. Many airlines now use data-driven fatigue management to ensure pilots are alert and sharp during every phase of flight. Lessons learned. Each wrong airport landing tells a deeper story, not just of error, but of how thin the margin for mistake can be in aviation. These incidents serve as training tools, not just cautionary tales. Pilots, controllers, and engineers use them to improve systems and save lives. And while wrong landings are statistically rare, only about 1 in 10 million landings, they underscore how even minor missteps can have major consequences. So next time you fly, remember, behind every safe landing is a symphony of training, tech, and trust. But even in that well-orchestrated world, mistakes happen. If this made your heart race, wait till you hear about the air traffic control horror stories we are covering in our upcoming video. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you do not miss it. Drop a comment below. Which incident shocked you the most? And if you have ever had a scary or weird flight experience, share it. We just might feature it in a future episode of MindSpark Daily.